is, drum roll.
Drum roll is your first home truly your dream home? And if
That's
it is,
right.
I am very, very happy for you.
Me too. Me too.
So audio's good over there? Audio check, video check?
Audio check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. I'm good over here.
Okay. So we wanted to touch base on this because me and Dehan, we get this question asked a lot is my first home the dream home? How do I sell and buy another house? And it's very, very complicated. So we're just going to touch on some hot points here. Okay. Some hot points. And, for me, I just I invest in people with a purpose. And the purpose is for you to reach your goals. And,
Absolutely.
And Dehan does the same thing. So we're just here to share and give you tips and to try to make it as easy as possible.
That's right. These are free resources, free gems. We want to build our community. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that when you do make that decision to purchase a home, you are empowered by facts. You are getting the truth. It's transparent, and we can be competitive in this marketplace. So today we're going to talk about whether or not your first home is going to be your dream home. So you can kick it off, Vic.
Okay, cool. So one of the questions I always get asked is like, why should I sell my house? Well, you have to have a reason for you, if you want to sell your house. Either you've outgrown the space, you need more space, you have a 2-story trying to go to 1-story, you want to change school districts, you want to get into a different location, or if you want to get close to your job.
Right.
We are commute states. The average commute now is 42 minutes. You can thank the California people for coming for our beautiful states.
The Midwest, the East Coast, everybody seems to be migrating here, and you hit a very important nail on the head here. For I think the third year in a row, Maricopa County is the #1 growing county in the country. So if you are on the market for purchasing a home and you're biting your tongue, you're trying to buy time, now might be the perfect time to at least begin researching the programs and what it takes to get qualified. So today we're going to talk about the qualifications when it comes to you selling an existing home and picking up a new home.
Perfect. And I'll be watching the feed here and while Dehan's talking, and he'll be doing the same on that side. So that's mostly the important thing is, why do you want to sell your house? Okay. You have to have a reason. Okay. That's the most important thing. So we're going to go to bullet number 2, which is you need to do some research. And I mean, you need to investigate. Okay. So I'm going to do some bullet points here, and Dehan's he's going to shine in here as well. Is where will you go? Okay. The first thing is you need to know where you're going to go before you even try to sell your house. Okay. You need to get with your local real estate agent and a local lender, okay, to make sure that they have done this. They've done this a couple of times, okay? You don't want some rookies coming in and trying to help you out. And then you want to know what the market is on both sides, right, Dehan, is when you're selling a house and when you're buying a house, because it's a separate entity when you're selling and buying. So you need to know what you're getting into on the selling if you're a seller's market, and if you're buying when you're if you're a buyer's or seller's market, because it might be tough on both ways.
That's right. One of the things that you really want to focus on in that research is understanding the community you're going to be in, the taxes, the school districts, the commute, the difference. That's right. One of the things that you really want to focus on, a little feedback in that research is understanding.
I think somebody's watching in the back over there.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, good.
Put some headphones on.
That's right. A little community check. So
it's good.
Long story short, the most important thing after you've got together with the realtor and you've looked at the community you're looking to go into before making any major decisions is just truly getting pre-qualified or being pre-approved, which there is a difference, especially when you have another property in the balance, and your ability of being pre-qualified may depend on you selling that house. So you may not be able to be 100% approved with having an existing mortgage, and your pre-approval or your pre-qualification is contingent upon that home selling. That's very important.
And how difficult is for somebody who's trying to move to a different house, okay, trying to sell and buy another house, how difficult is it for them to get qualified for both mortgages? Because they're going to have to hold on to both mortgages at the same time.
A great point. It really depends on a couple different things. One is going to be your average monthly take-home income. The second is going to be the monthly obligations that show up on your credit report, including your existing mortgage, any monthly reoccurring installment payments that never change but have a term, your reoccurring credit card payments that have monthly minimums, and any other federal debt that may or may not show up on your credit report, like student loans or things like child support or alimony, or maybe you're in an IRS payment plan. Those things may not show up on your credit, but they're going to end up coming into play when it comes to you qualifying for your home. So those things are really important to know. And before you make a decision, get with a qualified lender and a realtor to really look at those things before you start, purchasing, before you know where you stand.
Right. And then another thing is you want to do this upfront, okay, before you even get started, before you even put your house on the market. Because not only do you have to get yourself ready, your family ready, your house ready, you have to get your financials ready, okay? Right. Because if your financials are not in order and you don't have that underwriting approval from DeHaan Johnson, you ain't going to go anywhere. It's going to be very, very difficult. You're going to have your house under contract and you'll be like, well, there's really nothing I can buy out there. This is why we got to do the upfront work, look at some homes, see what's under contract pending, especially when people ask me, well, why do you want to show me what's under contract and pending? Well, I want to show you 2 houses that are under contract that are going to be sold so you can actually get the feel of space. Right? You have to get the feel of the space, because if you're moving to a certain subdivision, you have to know what you're walking into. Because if you're not going to walk into something and you don't know what you want, there's no reason why to sell your house. Okay?
And this is important why you want to have a realtor like Vic Huerta on your team, because he's experienced with residential as well as investment properties. He holds them himself with his wife, so he has skin in the game. He cares about you. He's been through failure and successes, and he's familiar with the communities that you're going to go into. Knowing how to write an aggressive contract, knowing what the comps in the area are, it's very, very important. To commute. I'm not sure what that is. One thing that you really want.
Somebody has an echo going on over there. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Are we good now?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's really about you. He's been through failure and successes, and he's familiar with the communities that you're going to. There we go. Yeah. All right, we're good. At the end of the day, just having an experienced realtor and lender is going to play a big part into you being able to successfully cross the finish line.
Right. So yeah, that's the most important thing is, there's a lot of other items I can go into, and I have a whole YouTube video on it. So I'll just put the link in the comment section on the Facebook. And if you have a question, either financing, doesn't have to be related to this topic. It could be related to any kind of topic in real estate, but this is what we're focusing on right now. But if you do have a question, drop it in the comments and we'll answer it. The third bullet I want to get into, before we move forward, let's go through some payments.
Yes.
What's the difference? Because people say like, well, I'm comfortable with my payment, but they don't really understand how big of a difference, actually, let me rephrase that, how small of a difference the payment is when you move up 100,000.
Yeah, so let's
let me get my whiteboard up while you talk, and then we'll just write some stuff down.
Absolutely. I'll do the same thing while you're whiteboarding. I'm gonna pull some numbers up.
Okay.
That you can look at a difference of how much $100,000 is going to impact you if you are upgrading. You're going from maybe a smaller house or your first investment to a second home. You're working your way up, you're expanding, you're going to a different area.
Right. So can you see my screen there, DeHaan?
I sure can. So we're gonna bridge this gap from where you are now to where you are going to be in the future and what it's going to take for you to cross that bridge.
All right, let's talk about the payment now. If somebody's in a house now, what price point are we going to use right now?
So we're going to use $280,000 as an example.
Okay.
All right.
What's the payment going to be on that?
The payment is going to be $1,781. I do want you to write a figure down. PITI. That's for principal, interest, taxes, insurance, plus HOA.
So that's including principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and HOA.
That's correct.
Okay, at 1781, right?
That's right.
Okay, cool. So now that's at 280. Now, if somebody wanted to go, what price point are we going to go over here to this side of town?
Let's just go up to $100,000.
Okay, so we're going to go up to 380.
380.
Okay.
In this scenario, we're going to say we sell the house.
Right.
We get a minimum of, let's call it 10% of your purchase price, that's $38,000 to put down on your home. This is from the sale of your home from 280.
Okay, so we're doing 10% down, which is, how much was that? Sorry.
That's $38,000.
Okay.
This is equity out of the previous sale.
Right.
All right. This is going to leave you with a monthly payment of $2,226.
Okay.
All right.
And that is PITI?
That is PITI plus HOA. Contract, knowing what the comps really are, the taxes.
Yeah. You need to tell them to put some headphones on back there for the third time. Not really. Okay, so PITI, $2,226. So what is the difference? What is the gap between here and here? Because you see, people are comfortable with the $1,781 payments, but they don't understand if they went up $100,000 to $380,000, their payment only increases a very little bit amount. What is the difference there, sir?
Yeah, give me one quick second here, because I had to shut both of those phones off.
Nah, no worries. Here we go.
Let's pull up our calculator here. I mean, roughly, we're looking at $400.
Even?
Not even, 1 second.
Here, I'll do it real quick.
Me too. 1 second.
All right.
So we have
guys.
2226 minus 1781. So we're looking at approximately $445.
$445.
That's right, for a $100,000 increase in home.
So you are moving up $100,000.
Yep.
You know what I love about this though is if you have $100,000 worth of equity, look at how much you are only putting down, which is $38,000.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's just call it an even 40. Okay. Let's call it an even 40. Okay. So you're going to have $60,000 left. Oh, not 600,000. $60,000 left. So what do you think we could do with that $60,000, Dehan? What do people usually do with that $60,000?
It depends who the person is. Hopefully we're not blowing that money going on vacation, buying new cars. Hopefully we're putting up existing debt that's there, maybe putting money towards a principal. A savvy investor might do some upgrades to their home to add some additional value. If not, pay down the principal of your loan. That way you can eliminate, our friend, the mortgage insurance. I want to write that down. The great thing with putting down 10% is you're so close to being at a 20% equity position, right?
Right.
When you get to a 20% equity position, you are going to be able to reduce this mortgage by $239. That is the mortgage insurance you can expect to pay on that property.
Gotcha.
All right. So now we're taking the property where you were spending $445 more per month. And once you subtract the $239 from your mortgage insurance, the difference in your home at $100,000 is now only $206.
$206. Look at that. Wow.
And if you're like a lot of us, that might be half of what you spend going to Starbucks each month.
Love them cappuccinos, man. Love them. No, I'm not a cappuccino guy.
Right.
But, yeah, so it works out really good, guys. If you're looking to right now, if you are here in the now phase, okay, meaning that you are here in the now phase and you're trying to get over here to your future, to the future place is where you're trying to buy another house. Okay. And as you can see, we just broke it down, just some numbers, just 100. I just want to recap this. We're going $100,000 extra here. Okay. And that's very doable in this market.
Absolutely.
Very, very doable in this market. You're putting 10% down. Okay. So you're putting only 38 grand down to get to the new house. And look at the difference in the payment, guys. It's really not that much, to be honest with you. Okay. A little bit of budgeting and you're good to go. And like Dehan said, is putting 10% down. But not only that, which is so great about this market is when you put this 10% down on your new house, okay, to eliminate the mortgage insurance, your house is going to appreciate
Right.
at the same time, and you're going to get this gap of 20% down faster. Now, tell me if I'm lying, Dehan. You could call me out, man, if I'm lying.
No, not at all. I mean, the great thing when you pay that principal down, you are putting money into a savings account which you live in. $26. Right. So the savings account that you live in is gaining appreciation every day, every week, every month. All right. So you owe less on your home. It's gaining value. You're losing that mortgage insurance. It's a phenomenal investment. And where we are in this market, it's very reasonable. Many people from different sides of the country can attest that buying a house for $308,000 for that mortgage is very doable. We're pretty blessed here.
Gotcha. So that's pretty much it for the meeting for today, unless you have anything else, Dehan, to give some more golden nuggets. One thing I do want to say is I'm going to drop a link over there on the bottom of the comments in Facebook. Okay. If you want a strategy session, okay, we will sit down with you just like we're doing here on Facebook Live. It won't be Facebook Live. It'll just be me and Dehan and you. Okay. We got the whiteboard action. Okay. I can bring out the whiteboard action. We can run through some real numbers, tell you exactly how to do this, do a whole pretty much just draw everything out for you. Okay. You can drill this for as long as you want, or we could go face to face.
No, absolutely. You know, we've had so many different clients that hesitate in just that first step, and that is open the door, letting all the skeletons show. And I know it can be difficult to do that, but the first thing you got to face is the man or the woman in the mirror, and we are your best advocates. We are empathetic, sympathetic, but we're also problem solvers. So at the end of the day, the great street philosopher said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Don't lie, yep.
No reason to get emotional. Just look at the hardcore numbers and correlate it to your situation. And we'll do our very best to make sure it works for you and your family.
Right. And, we're not trying to sell you anything on these. This is free content. Yeah. What we are trying to sell you is a vision. Okay. Imagine what you can do with 100 grand in your pocket. Because if you bought at the right time, you're sitting on dead equity. The only way you can get out of that to get that equity position is you either refinance or sell your property. If the market goes down, your equity position goes down as well. So I'm just trying to sell you a vision in case you want to go somewhere else to create a better lifestyle. And like I said, people are the assets to the gateway to the next version of me. And I have learned, I have lived it, and I have taught it. And now we're teaching it because me and Dehan, we've had a lot of failures, believe me. We've learned through it, and we're just trying to teach what we have learned, not only, and what we have lived. What else you got, man?
No, that's all I got. For anyone that watches this and you feel that it's valuable, please, the feedback is much appreciated. We are giving this out again for free for you. If you are not ready right now, that's fine, but it's not okay to not get ready. We love to help you get ready. Having someone in your corner like Vic Huerta on your team, telling you the truth, walking you step by step through this process is invaluable. That I can guarantee you. Again, I'm your friend Dehan Johnson. You can always give me a call. Information's in the link, or send us a comment or an inbox, and we'd be happy to serve you and your family. Again, thank you, Vic, for what you're doing. I salute you, brother.
Thank you. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you guys soon.
All right.